All right, so let's take you now to the money desk with our anchor, Rofhiwa Madzena. But Rofhiwa is not in studio with me. Rofhiwa is, in fact, at The Hague in the Netherlands. Hi, Rofhiwa. I see the sort of obligatory bicycles out there. Of course, it's the Netherlands. But what are you doing in the Netherlands?
A very good evening to you, Sally, and indeed I am in the Netherlands for the rest of this week. So an important focus we're having here is that there will be a state visit by His Majesty, the King of the Netherlands, His Majesty Willem-Alexander, in the week of the 18th of October to South Africa. And of course it's discussing trade opportunities between South Africa and the Netherlands. You'll remember a few months ago a delegation from the Netherlands came to South Africa, accompanied by big business, to invest in hydrogen-powered energy solutions in South Africa, the first of which is currently being built in Cape Town. And so they just want journalists to get a sense of how hydrogen has unlocked the potential for alternative energy provision in the country, but also an important focus on agriculture. So we'll get to have a look at the developments around the agricultural space and, of course, the knowledge and the skill set that will be imparted on South Africa during the state visit between the King as well as President Cyril Ramaphosa on the week of the 18th of October. And, of course, this also speaks to the investment opportunities in these critical sectors as we look to get the National Transmission Company of South Africa operating on its own, needing investment, of course. Just waiting on the final sign-offs from Minister Pravin Gordhan on the board of the directors there. And, of course, agreements to be made with lenders on pre-existing debt with the transmission company. So that investment is going to be crucial. The Netherlands is going to be key in that particular conversation. And then, of course, as I said, Sally, the agricultural space. But that's what's happening here in the Netherlands. Back home, the Auditor General cracking the whip on South Africa's government, saying that local government is being a huge hindrance to development and sustainability of the AG's office. Why? Well, it's in debt of about 1 billion rand at the moment. So municipalities owing about 45% of that 1 billion rand debt to the AG office, and then national government owing about 8%. So the AG's office indicating in an annual report to Parliament that the kind of debt that is currently owed, not only is it going to impact on the employee development and the office's development when it comes to technology and modernization, the funding and resources needed there, but also on the work that it needs to do to make sure that municipalities are held accountable. So obviously now calling on a government at a national all the way down to a local, provincial level to make the necessary interventions so that this debt of 1 billion rand does not increase as much as it already has. And that's what we're tracking when it comes to the local news for now. And we have been watching out for the fuel price, Sally. It has not yet come out, but all indications are that it's going to be increasing. The Department of Mineral Resources usually releases it on the evening of this Monday ahead of midnight when it increases on Wednesday, but we haven't seen it as yet. Perhaps they are looking at the increase and thinking, let's just protect South Africans from the massive hike we're going to be seeing in the coming day or so because of that Brent crude price, which was at about $95 a barrel, but also the rand, which has weakened quite significantly against the US dollar. With that, Sally, here's a look at the markets, which did open weaker against, well, in line with other major markets. And of course, the big story here is that a US shutdown that was averted in the last hour, but only for 45 days. Market participants thinking, what happens after the 45 days, given the Democrats and the Republicans that are at loggerheads on key funding issues, which include the war in Ukraine.